I just think this is atrocious, and it's kind of a nightmare.
Hundreds of Southwest Airlines flights out of Denver canceled again today.
We go down to baggage claim, and it was a mess. Bags everywhere.
Leading to another chaotic day at DIA and at airports across the country.
Did this ruin Christmas?
I mean, you just gotta roll with it, I guess.
Passengers are struggling to rebook their flights.
Trying to get home and trying to have some clothes when I get there.
We're taking a closer look at the problem.
It's frustrating for the pilots, the flight attendants, and especially our passengers.
And what's being done to get flights back on track.
I think this is a one-off situation for Southwest Airlines. You know, it's a terrible situation for the many thousands of passengers.
Well, the Southwest Airlines travel nightmare continues at DIA and at airports across the country. Bags are piling up at baggage claim. People spending hours, sometimes days, waiting to get a flight out.
Yeah, Southwest canceled more than 60% of its flights nationwide. At DIA, Southwest has canceled more than 50% of its flights, and more than 60% are already canceled for tomorrow. By comparison, United has canceled just 2% of its flights.
Now, Southwest is telling travelers that they may not be able to rebook their flights until Saturday. Maybe even later than that.
The airline says it's moving crews and planes around the country without passengers to get them into place to restart operations. Now we have team coverage today about all this chaos.
I'm going to start with Denver 7 Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kovaleski. And Tony, you have been talking with passengers who are trying to rebook today.
Yes, I have, Shannon. Good evening. The proof is in what you see. Take a look at the line behind me right now. About 45 minutes to an hour. Earlier today, that line was 3 hours long, stretching around the corner. Yesterday, I'm told it was 4 and 5 hours line going all the way around that corner. So a significant difference, although cancellations continue today. But as you said, I talked to a lot of people today. They're looking for help, support, and a little bit of empathy.
We got here at 9 a.m. and we waited. We were here about 10 hours.
Michelle Shields knows she's not alone.
Then she came on the announcement and said, your flight has been canceled. Everybody go home.
This is how the board looked last night and then today.
I went to Southwest's Facebook page. I read comments. Other people that have experienced the same thing, they're all saying they're not rebooking until next week.
More than 300 new canceled flights in Denver alone. How would you describe this experience?
Stressful. I'm tired.
Like many, Michelle came back today. She tried to find an open flight for her family and found it on another airline. She spent more than 3 hours in the full-service line at Southwest.
I need to see what you all can do as far as compensating, reimbursing me.
Trying to get a refund. So you were at the counter for about 15 minutes. What'd they tell you?
She said that I can request a refund by email. I have a flight credit. She gave me 3 flight credits for the full amount, round trip. So about, how much, about $1,200?
Satisfied with the outcome?
I am, because, I know they're tired and there's not much she can do. It's not her decision. She just works for Southwest, so I'm satisfied.
She is satisfied. The big question right now is why. Southwest officially not explaining what has happened or why is happening, but we talked to airline sources across the country throughout the afternoon, and we are told the focus now is on software and computer issues at Southwest. They're trying to get inside and figure that out. Also talked to a ranking source here at the airport. They say airport executives plan to meet with Southwest executives next week and find out exactly why it happened. Live at DIA, I'm Tony Kovaleski.
Tony, leave it to you to find the one satisfied passenger at DIA today. Thank you very much for that. And President Biden is weighing in on these cancellations, saying his administration is working to ensure airlines are held accountable. The president also telling people go to the U.S. Department of Transportation website to see if you are entitled to a refund.
The U.S. Department of Transportation says Secretary Pete Buttigieg spoke with Southwest CEO today. Buttigieg says he expects the airline to provide meal vouchers, refunds, and hotel accommodations for people dealing with the delays and cancellations. The DOT says it will take action to hold Southwest accountable and is making sure the airline does not allow a situation like this to happen again.
And we're hearing from the head of Southwest Airlines Pilots Association. Now, he says this is the worst disruption he's seen in 16 years. And the problem is the airline's outdated scheduling software.
We have been telling them this for years. Our software can't keep track of it. So they don't know where we are. They don't know where airplanes are.
The technology is certainly a big factor in the trouble Southwest is facing, but it's not the only factor.
Denver 7's Megan Lopez live on this in the newsroom. And Megan, you spent the day looking into kind of the overall operating structure of this area.